everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's Deshaun Watson's Texans going up against Palmer's Cardinals.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. It's certainly hot outside here in the desert, but somehow this Cardinal crowd turned up the heat a moment ago. They were in a frenzy as their team emerged from the tunnel, and the Cardinals, they're set to do battle with the Houston Texans. Here's Watson, option left, and some room to maneuver. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's second down.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
To throw on second is Watson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Play action from Miller. Now Watson. Being chased out left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
In motion is Fedorowicz. A first down carry now for Miller. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
They'll run it again with Miller. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Here's Watson, option left. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Watson, off play action. Caught here by Griffin. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up third down.
Eighth play of this opening drive coming up. This is third down.
Here we go.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down. Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. This from 42 yards out. And his kick is good. And it's now 3-0 Texans. So, of course, they wanted to find the end zone, but when you go on the road and your first drive results in points, I think you're pretty happy.
You have to be, because you've taken it to the home team in this case. And while you may not have shut up the home crowd, you've quieted them down a little bit. Good way to start.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Palmer. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Jadeveon Clowney charging hard for that outside linebacker spot. He gets in to drop him for a loss of 12. Palmer gets him set. 3rd and long for the Cardinals after the sack. To throw is Palmer. Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Charles, let's step into a conversation. This comes back onto the field here, but just 1-9 in their last 10 games, finished 4-12. You and I know, though, injuries really ravage this team.
Absolutely destroyed this team. And look, we focus on Deshaun Watson, the quarterback, and rightly so. He was probably going to be the rookie of the year. But when it started for injuries, it was defense. J.J. Watt, perennial all-pro, goes out early. Whitney Merciless, double-digit sack guy out. Brian Cushing, starting linebacker, out. When you start totaling up the injuries they had through the year, it's almost amazing that they made it through the entire season able to play the schedule. So that's what you're looking at with the Texans, who have been a defense-first team. If they can get everyone back healthy, playing to their level, and get Deshaun Watson back sparking the offense, optimism will be high in 2018.
Again, it's Miller. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially, no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack, and on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
Throwing on third down, Watson setting up the screen for Miller. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Now the screen only good for 3 that time, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will make it 6-0. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us wanted to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit. Taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. I want to give a hat tip real quick, Charles, to J.J. Watt before the possession switches here. Walter Payton, NFL Man of the Year. They totaled up how much he helped raise for hurricane relief, $37 million.
Incredible. Hurricane Harvey, which really hit the Houston area in a big way, and his original goal was $200,000. So congratulations to J.J. Watt and all the people who participated. And Greg Olsen of the Panthers, Benjamin Watson of the Ravens, both tight ends, also nominated and finalists for the most prestigious award as determined by the NFL, the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. On 1st and 10, it's Palmer. And he's got his man on the out route. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Palmer. And he can't get away from the pressure. Palmer sacked. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Palmer gets him set, 3rd and long for the Cardinals after the sack. Out of the gun, Palmer. Looking deep downfield. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the 1st down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. CD, I want to get your thoughts on some potential free agents this offseason before we change the possession here. Now, caution, many of these guys could be re-signed, I know, but who are some of them? Kirk Cousins is one.
Yeah, we're talking about difference makers. Kirk Cousins at the quarterback position. He's going to be coveted around the league by quarterback-needy teams. Case Keenum had a big year. Could he move? But how about running backs? Le'Veon Bell, Dion Lewis, some pass catchers, Jimmy Graham, Jarvis Landry, Sammy Watkins. And about the guy who goes and gets quarterbacks, DeMarcus Lawrence had a monster year for Dallas last season.
Yeah, a lot of big names that could be out there as free agents. They'll run with Miller. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Watson now going to run the option right. He may try and run for this. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's taken down at the 27. 5 yards that time, taking it himself, and he has enough for the 1st. 2 minutes remain here in the 1st half. More from the desert after this. So it'll be 1st down here after the run. They'll try the air now with Watson. And that's complete. It's Ellington. Now Ellington lost the football. It's out. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. The pass receiver turned into a runner, then he turned into a fumbler, and it goes the other way for 6.
I love your description. Although for the offense, they're not too happy about it. But for the defense, what a big-time play for them. Never give up on anything. Sometimes you create your own points.
But the receiver, hard to fault him. He's just going for extra yard.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do, but you have to take care of the football.
And he's got it up and through. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back at the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a big way. And how about Nick Foles? The backup quarterback turned MVP, 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and, of course, the big one receiving on the Philly special.
Quite a story. As you and I were talking about off air, it was just a fluid game, not a lot of penalties, just really clean play.
Exactly the type of game the NFL needed for the audiences at home watching the game and, of course, people in attendance. A really well-played game.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. 10th carry now for Lamar Miller. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Here's Watson now on second down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Now Watson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Now a play fake here on first down. Dumps it complete to Miller. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
The Texans on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. To the air yet again. Watson caught left side. Hopkins. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Final play of the half. It's Palmer. Dancing to his left. Lets it go for Nelson. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Jadeveon Clowney able to disrupt yet another pass play. His 3rd sack of the afternoon. And they're going to go soft on the corners. On 2nd down. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Whitney Merciless in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That sack's on back-to-back plays. Palmer gets him set. 3rd and long for the Cardinals after the sack. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Palmer gets him set. 3rd and long for the Cardinals after the sack. Now Palmer down around his goal line. And they're going to sack him again. The 5th time they've gotten him today, and this one results in a safety. So troubles here offensively. I tell you, the noise in this dome, that has got to make it harder for these guys to hear.
Sometimes I find myself shouting up here. But you're right. If you can't communicate well or get off the snap count properly, it can cause big problems, and this qualifies as a big problem.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
Watson. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
The Texans on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. And now a 1st down following that long gain. Out of the gun, Watson. Flush to his right. And he just gets rid of it. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. On second down, here's Miller. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And the screen only good for 3 that time, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on 4th. They will indeed snap it to Watson. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tyvon Branch. And he's got room. And now running right through it. There he goes, right side. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Watson going to give this one to Miller. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. And finding Fedorowicz. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Here's a give to Miller. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. And And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on second down.
Come on, let's go.
And the slot man goes in motion left. After the run, Watson going to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he gets it down to the 32. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a third down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Let's go.
From the gun, Watson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Bill O'Brien rolls the dice, but to no avail. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. And at this stage of the game, time a factor, time on their side as they just try to eke out the final precious moments of this one. And some room to work. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
You got to feel a little bit for the defense there. They've done a terrific job all day long holding this guy in check. But that might have been the run to break things out for him, maybe turn things around. Now he's going to have some confidence, and maybe he'll get to his normal yardage.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. And now the Texans want to call another timeout. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. On second down, here's Palmer. Buying time to his left. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Operating from the gun. Palmer. Hard throw. Incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football. Incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that pushes the lead to 8 points. They've doubled them up. It's 16-8. So, Charles, I think from a defensive perspective, you have to look at that field goal there and consider it a win.
You were able to keep them within a touchdown, so no question about it. That was the kind of stand that keeps you in ball games. But conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light there. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
That's going to go as a loss of a full 8 yards. And it sets him back for second down. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. He'll buy some time right. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. 3rd and long. It's Watson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Chandler Jones in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll.
This Cardinals pass rush in 2016 got home 48 times. That's a pretty good number.
A very good number, led the league. Is it just because the dudes that they had, or the scheme, or both, or what?
It's always the dudes first, but their scheme, attacking, pressure, they'll continue to pile up the sacks.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and an utter disaster as the ball's going to go over on downs at the 2-yard line. They come out here in the I. They'll run it with Johnson. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. And the lead will grow by 1 more. Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now out comes Houston. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey,
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off around the 37, and he will score.
everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. We're all set to bring you a terrific contest here as these two divisional rivals renew acquaintances for the first time this season. There's always a little something extra at stake when these teams face off. It's the Browns going up against the Steelers.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. In motion is Coates. Runs over it. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Here we go.
Second down, Kaiser. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Let's go.
Coleman, the man in motion left. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feed down complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. 2 yards to go here on third down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. And he's got some space here. And now running right through it. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first, thanks to a flashy little spin move. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set.
Flex round. Here we go. Brand 38. Flex round. Ohio. Flex round.
From the gun, Kaiser. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They run the counter now on first down. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
As a DN, when you play the run, you don't always have to make the tackle. Just have to use the right technique to make sure the play goes where you want it to. And in this case, did an excellent job stringing this one out and making the tackle at the end of it.
And for a loss. On second down, they'll try and run the counter. And he'll get this down only to the 18. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. To throw is Kaiser. Brought in by Coates. And he will be hit with a lot of force and spun down. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
That'll be taken in the end zone. Now a carry here for Orleans Darkwa. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Larry Ogunjobi. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, here's Goff. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is caught inside the 5. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now Darkwa. And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line. No gain there, and it's going to set up second and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They'll run again now with Darkwa. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Orleans Darkwa, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tough.
Steps away to his left. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. That's a matchup maybe they go back to their outer third of the field as this game continues.
Yeah, I think back to my high school coach, John Ford. He used to say when we got big plays early in a game or good plays, he'd always say, foul it away, lad, foul it away, because he'd want to come back to it later in a key situation. They may come back to this one a little more often than that.
Didn't he say laddie or did he say lad?
Yeah, it just depended on what he was feeling at the moment.
Okay, I thought that was the guy you told me about. He used to say laddie a lot.
Laddie, when you heard laddie, he was usually in a pretty good mood. Lad,
To the right side and complete to Njoku. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. On 1st and 10, Kaiser. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
But there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Play action now, Kaiser. And this one caught by Coates. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down. Coleman, the man in motion right. They'll run it now out of the gun. Powers through it. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Browns are able to cash in for 6. And he's got it as the lead is now 10-6. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. Here's Darkwa. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, here's Goff. Man open left side is Brown. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
On the run, Darkwa. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Hey, kill. 2 for 1. 2 for 1. Orange. Yes, sir.
To throw on 2nd down is gone. Caught left side by Hilton. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Forced out to his left. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
They'll run with Darkwa. He's to the 10. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Orleans Darkwa with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. And this will be good. Off the right upright, but he got a favorable bounce, and he gets it to go. Here's Myers now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. Kaiser on first down. Looking left sideline, it's complete. So 1:55 to go in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. A handoff as they run the counter play. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. Now a 2nd down throw for Kaiser. Now he'll escape to his left. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. 3rd and long for Kaiser. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Kaiser and the offense staying put. They're going for it. Halfback sent in motion. They're indeed going. It's Kaiser. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Deshaun Hall able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And down to the 36-yard line here. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And Myers able to knock it through. So we reach halftime. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace, because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And the tight end goes in motion left. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. 3rd and 2. Goff. Looks for Parker, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. 2. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. In motion goes the tight end. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
All right, Brandon, you know me as well as anyone. You know I don't usually advocate abandoning things during a game, but here we are in the second half. I think it's time to change things up. Let the running game go a little bit. Let's get to the...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
And that's why you see so many teams play a 3-4 defense, because that set gives you a lot of flexibility about where to bring pressure from, and it's hard for an offense to pick it up. Left side, right side, up the middle, especially with some really flexible linebackers.
Now it's gone. It's complete to Parker, left side. And he's going to go out of bounds, taking it down inside the 25. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And now a first down following that long gain. A give to the fullback on the dive. And a short gain here down to the 22. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
And they'll run it here. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. They'll run it now out of the gun. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So now it's 1st and goal. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Going to give this time to the tailback. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
2nd and goal now from the 8. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. And this offense on third down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Give him 4 yards there, but they're still well short of the goal line with 4th down now looming.
This is where you're probably weighing the score and the clock. 3rd quarter, so maybe it's a little early to start worrying about how much time is left in the game. But if you kick the field goal, you make it a 2-score game. A tough balance and a tough decision for any coach to make.
So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach. But it kept the offense out of the end zone.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and short. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Fresh set of downs here. They go play action here on 1st down. He's got his man on the crossing route. That one goes for 24 yards.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Not sure what you're thinking here, partner, but I believe the officials have done a nice job here getting together and then coming out and indicating that there was a receiver in the area.
Absolutely, and he was in the area. Correct call made, no grounding. Kaiser to throw it. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. The intended target was Corey Coleman, and it's 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open. And this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Going for the deep ball. This is caught at the 20. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone to the chalk of the 20. They'll get 32 yards there. And that'll be good for Cleveland first. They'll run with Marshawn Lynch. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. He already has 2 sacks to his credit. Now another tackle for loss.
And you know how you can always identify who was supposed to block him? They're the ones helping up the person who just got knocked to the ground with the ball, right? Whether it's a running play or a pass play, they've got to figure out a way to slow him down. Maybe you chip him with a second guy. Maybe you just out-and-out double him. Maybe you make sure you take the ball and throw it as far away from him as possible, because right now he is wrecking things for them.
On 2nd down, they'll try and run the counter. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. On 3rd down, Kaiser. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the 1st down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
Shift together here from the D-line. Coleman, the man in motion right. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
Kaiser, 3rd and goal. Now he's forced out left. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. All right, so you needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal then maybe not exactly what they wanted, but it's a necessary first step.
Still plenty of time remaining, but you could really use a stop defensively after the kickoff, preferably a 3-and-out.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. The slot man in motion right. Throwing on 3rd. Goff. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
3rd down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win, and the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. They'll throw here, Kaiser, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Trying to improvise. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Kaiser from the gun on 3rd. Eluding the pressure right. He finds Coates complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
That one goes for 24 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Now a handoff here to his running back. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. To the ground, this time Lynch. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Back to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Second down and a little ways to go here. 2nd and 13. On the give, this is their fullback. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. And the Steelers on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Going to give this time to the tailback. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. In motion is Coates. Now they'll run it on the toss. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they're going to face a 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. He'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Back to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. The Browns on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. He's back to throw. And he's got his tight end in Njoku. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Kaiser. incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So 2nd and 10 here. Here's Kaiser. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. And a great game comes down to this. Time for one play, and they've got to get it in the end zone.
And I want every cover guy I've got in the game on defense, every extra defensive back who can make a play on the football. So whether it's nickel, dime, quarter, whatever you want to call it, I want 5, 6, 7 guys back there.
One final shot for Kaiser. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. Well, Charles, exciting to the very end. That's what we just saw in this game. Final play there, had it in the red zone. But anytime you're outside of the 10, that's tough trying to draw the final play to get in, and they couldn't do it.
It certainly is. So what they were looking for was, extra time. Too bad it's not FIFA soccer, right, where you get a little bit of extra and you get a chance to run a couple more plays and maybe get closer and take that last shot into the end zone.
So for the Steelers, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first win of the season here in Week 4. And they'll get another home date next week as the 49ers will come to town. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they too will leave here at 1-3. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Heinz Field.